Welcome to the final lot of Open for Business, the Bluewater Village Micro Mall. It's a lot by a lot, and it's very big, and it had a lot of different shops in it. It's actually quite interesting lot. It also had a lot of cash registers, so I think this lot spawns like at least 5 NPCs, which can be pretty killing for some people's PCs, especially in the past. Like, I think most of us can run this lot with like the NPCs and the townies and our own sims pretty well at the moment, but when this lot came out, I think you needed to have a pretty decent computer to run this, you know. Although back then a lot of people didn't have as much CC, of course. So anyway, the mall, it's actually pretty cool idea. It's kind of a nice summation of all the different community lots you can build, I suppose. All the kind of the different stores, because there was like a toy store, a flower store, clothes salon. It's actually so I actually quite like this one. Of course, I had to make it much more complicated because I wanted to do this kind of glass roof, you know, because all I remember of malls, and you don't really have them over here in the Netherlands, but you know, they're usually called like a shopping center, and they're never gigantic 7 stories, you know, whatever, the ones you see on all the American movies or TV series. We don't really have that, but I've been in a few, and there's always a lot of glass. So I decided to, you know, make an entire sort of glass dome. So it's probably very hot in summers, but yeah, it looks cool. It's a shame it doesn't bring any light in, according to the game. Well, lighting, you know, engine. I don't know how to call it. So that's a shame, but oh well, what you gonna do about it? So I actually elevated the front part of the lot. I went a little bit less. I did some more to the floor plan than I would originally do, but I made that sort of a bigger, a little bit higher, 2-story, so it can put some really big windows and big doors on them. So you got a lot of light coming in from the front, so that will look nice. Chris making some ceilings every now and there. So I decided to go for the H&M doors and windows. They are actually really good. I really like them. They are, you know, there's a lot of glass in them, and they actually connect pretty well to each other, except for the one tiled ones. They don't really match up perfectly, but you know, that's to be expected sometimes with the 2-story and 1-story windows, so I didn't particularly mind. So pretty much the entire front is glass, so you can look into the mall. So it's actually quite like that. Yeah, I decided to put the doors not next to each other, but put a big window in the middle, so I can just put some, you know, some space between them. This lot actually kind of reminds me of a turtle. This is kind of the front, and you know, you get the roof and stuff like that. It's yeah, this lot doesn't have a lot of light, and I actually wish that I had some of the invisible windows. I used to have them, but I don't have them anymore because what I actually did is add some, you know, small windows to the shops, because otherwise it would be so dark. But yeah, I wish I had invisible windows. So if you want to have this lot and have invisible windows, I suggest you replace some of the smaller windows in the little shops with invisible ones. It just looks better. So of course we have some ads on the outside. Put some, like, again, my favorite, like, muscular fruit and veg paintings on the side. And I also decided to put these kind of boots add boots ads on the side. Not that there's a shoe store in it, but you know, whatever. They just look really good, so. I decided to use these, I think they're university kind of, supposed to be the Greek letters, but you know, the one looks a lot like the B and the other one looks a lot like the V, so Bluewater Village. I think the second one is actually supposed to be the U for Eurasia or something, like whatever they made up. But, you know, we're just gonna pretend it says Bluewater Village. It just looks really good. So I'm putting out some little trees because, you know, I just wanted to put some green there. Because I didn't want to put like too many plants around them. It's already going to be quite a heavy lot with all these different stores. So I didn't want to have the garden overrule it, so I just put trees with the tree guards in there. So yeah, as you can see in the center of the lot, there's sort of a food podium. They have like a little, original lot had like a little coffee bar and some chairs, and I think the barbecue. They had a barbecue inside, like, goddamn, stupid barbecues. But I decided to keep it as a food island, as you will see later. So yeah, my favorite part, the floors. I downloaded this big bunch of, a big batch of these linoleum floors, and they're kind of tacky in a way, and I really like them. So every store has a different type of linoleum floor, and they just look amazing. The overall center has kind of the black, white, and gray one, and the food island has kind of a similar one, except with a little more green or blue in there. I think it's green, yeah, green. Of course, the inside is going to be concrete. Wanted to keep it as neutral as possible, because I also used those big concrete columns, so you know it's going to be fully concrete. Of course, the stores themselves are going to have colors, but I just wanted to keep the center pretty neutral. You know, most malls are pretty well, not bland, but very light and bright. So, although I'm pretty sure none of them have an awesome floor like mine does. As for the shop fronts of all of the little shops, I decided to go for closed doors. I know some of them had like archways, I think, and I decided to go for actually matching doors with the for the H&M set. I decided to go for this Chef's Kiss white, the pirate white color, because it kind of matches the concrete a little bit more. There we go. So yeah, all of the shop fronts will be very similar. I wish I had a two-tile version of those windows and those doors, but you know, I can live with a one-tile version. It's okay. There's quite a lot of stores in here, so I think the second video is going to be quite long because I went a little bit more detailed than I was actually originally planning, but I think I say that every video, so I just go overboard. So yeah, as you can see, the little shops are very dark, so I'm just gonna put some really small privacy windows everywhere. I wish I didn't have to, but oh well, it's okay. And all of the other, like I said, all the other shops are gonna get amazing floors. All the shades are so cool. I forgot who made them, but whoever did, I'm very grateful. They look amazing. especially like this one, the black one with all the colors, all the splashes. And of course, little bathrooms, decided to keep those a little bit neutral. It's so cool. Actually, I was kind of dreading this log. That's why I kept it last. But when I started working on it, I was actually really excited about it. I actually really enjoyed it. Now to the walls, I think I also had some difficulty with that because I downloaded again a big bunch of walls and was kind of like, should I use those or what should I do? Shouldn't go too matchy, and eventually it did get kind of matchy, so I'm not going to spoil which store is going to be which one. You will see that in the next video, which is probably going to be very long. Oh dear. Maybe you guys can guess. That would be quite funny. Maybe it's very obvious what I'm going to do. But I did have the insight to, you know, not put a cash register in every store. There's like only 2, I think, in the entire lot, because game technically, I think you can. That works just fine. You just have to walk a little bit further to the cash register, like no big deal. That orange on the right is amazing. The yellow orange, I love it. I love it. So the one we are currently in, that used to be a supposedly very fancy clothing store, and it had like 3 racks or something. Yeah, kind of sad. This floor is probably my favorite, together with the other one, the other black one. I just really like the colors in this one, the purples and the blues and stuff. It really looks kind of it really looks like 80s. It reminds me of the arcade floor that I used for the Somalian arcade a while ago. So it kind of got the kind of same, you know, feel to it, that kind of retro tackiness in a way. But I just love it so much. So this video went by a lot faster than I expected. I think the next video is going to be quite a challenge. Anyway, everything's got their own floor, everything's got walls. Got the little food island. Got the awesome glass roof. I think we are near the end already. So that's it. See you in the next one. Bye.